Hello everybody and welcome back to Robert's Reviews. Today we are continuing our Robin Williams series. It is going extremely well so far. I'm having fun. I think it's exactly a year from now we will finish the series because we're doing it every single Friday except for a couple, where we're doing other things. But for the most part, every Friday until we're done. And it looks like it's going to be another 365 days till we finish it, so definitely consider subscribing if you like Robin Williams, which, you do, because everyone likes Robin Williams. So definitely consider doing that, because it's a huge help for me, and it helps you too, because you get a lot of content that you like. I do other things as well, such as Steven Spielberg on Mondays, Marvel on Wednesdays, and then Saturdays and Sundays I do kind of a few different videos here and there. This weekend I have the Human Centipede for Halloween, so definitely check those out when they drop this weekend. But without further ado, let's talk about The Birdcage. The Birdcage was released in 1996. It was written by Elaine May and directed by Mike Nichols. First of all, no spoilers, but the general idea is it is about this gay couple who run this kind of trans bar thing. It's kind of like a playhouse, but for trans people. It really is awesome to watch. And essentially what happens is this one person, Rob Williams, has a son, and his son is straight. And his son finds a girl and wants to get married to said girl, but the parents have to meet each other, right? Here's the thing. Robin Williams and Nathan Lane are gay. And we have Gene Hackman, who is the conservative Republican senator, and they have to meet. So the son devises this big plan to show that, there's a straight family and they're very normal people, which of course goes to disarray, as all these plans usually do. I should mention, I don't like this movie as much as most other people that I have talked to about it. Every time I mention it, I'm like, oh yeah, I watched The Birdcage this week, and everyone's like, oh my goodness, that's so fun. I'm like, yeah, I didn't like it a whole lot. I do like it, I think it's very good, and I appreciate what it did, but it is not at all my favorite thing that I've seen come out of the 90s. And I am going to talk about why that is, because I think it's important. My throat is incredibly dry, so while I sip my LaCroix, think about LaCroix and why you might want one. Not sponsored at all yet, but I do like LaCroix. Anyway, The Birdcage. What I like about it, I like Robin Williams. I think he's funny. I think he's probably my least favorite performance in the film, though. I think that he is kind of a weird choice for the character. I don't think it works quite as well, particularly coming right off of Mrs. Doubtfire. It feels a little strange. I don't think it works for me. Nathan Lane is the best performance in the film. He's hilarious. A little over the top, but it works as a slapstick kind of 90s film, and it works because he is this kind of flamboyant gay person, and I do appreciate that it kind of does work for me. It also helps that Nathan Lane is gay, so that'll help. Gene Hackman is actually really good in this film. I usually like him. I actually have Hoosiers over here, which I watched for school one day, and I actually really do enjoy. I actually have a review on that on the channel. Definitely check that out. I don't remember what I gave it, because that was literally almost exactly a year ago. But check it out anyway, because I'm sure it was a good review. But I really like all the acting here. I think it's pretty good. I really do enjoy it. I actually listened to a podcast about this movie recently, because I've been listening to the podcast recently, and I've so far enjoyed what I have heard from them. That's called Show Me the Meaning, Wisecrack. Very good podcast so far. It's the first ever podcast I've listened to, because I don't listen to podcasts, but now I am, so it's a whole new thing. But anyway, check them out. And they had some interesting to say, and of course I do appreciate the film. I want you to know that I do appreciate it for what it did, for introducing and accepting homosexuals in the household name kind of thing, right? You put Robin Williams in a movie, people are going to go watch it whether or not they know about the topic, and this probably shocked a lot of people, and I appreciate that. It's just not my style of film. There's one film in particular. I'm not sure if I have it. I do. Okay, I thought I did. There's this film called Dinner for Schmucks. It's right here. I have it on Blu-ray. And it's got Steve Carell and Paul Rudd in it, and it has a lot of the similar vibes to it. And if you go back and you watch my review on this, I don't remember what I said, but I'm sure I said things along the line of, it made me feel awkward and kind of gross inside, which I always get when there's this big conspiracy thing happening, particularly around a dinner. And I don't know why it makes me so physically uncomfortable, but I don't like it. It's like, it might be a slapstick thing, I think I'm realizing. It might be a slapstick thing, because I love performing slapsticks. Performing slapstick is really fun. I love doing it. But I can't watch it. I can't sit here. I literally feel so squirmish inside, which I get is kind of the point. A lot of people are going to be like, oh, I like feeling that way. I don't. And it made me feel pretty much the exact same way that Dinner for Schmucks did, which I think is a fun movie. It's not great. I think it's on Netflix if you want to check it out. But it's fine. It's a good Steve Carell movie, and Paul Rudd's always great. But what this movie actually had that was better than Dinner for Schmucks was a reason to exist, which was to kind of appropriate homosexuality in a household name, which I appreciate. But it didn't work for me because I'm not a huge fan of that kind of movie. I'm not a farce kind of guy. I like regular straight comedies. This one was a little bit over the top for me, and that's really why I just didn't really like it as much as most other people. But I get why people do like it. I get it. I really do. And if you like this movie, like, don't hate me for it. I get it. I really do. It's just not for me. So I'm going to go ahead and give The Birdcage a B. Have you seen The Birdcage? Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of it. If you haven't checked it out, it is on HBO Max, streaming at no additional cost for subscribers. So check that out if you are interested. Dinner for Schmucks was mentioned in the video, so definitely check that out if you're interested in that. If you like The Birdcage, you might like Dinner for Schmucks. It's admittedly probably less of a valuable movie because it really doesn't have a reason to exist. But if you like feeling uncomfortable, this is definitely for you. It's wildly crazy, and of course, Paul Rudd's great, Steve Carell's fine, so check it out if you're interested. I think that one's on Netflix. Well, please consider subscribing, because it's a huge, huge help for me. Once we get to 200, I am going to be doing a live stream for 8 hours. It's going to be a variety show, so subscribe so you don't want to miss that. But I got Robin Williams stuff coming for the next year. I've got Spielberg. Then I'm doing Christopher Nolan. I'm doing Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm doing a bunch of stuff after all of this. I'm doing DC films after I'm with all the Marvel stuff. So if you're interested in any of that, definitely consider subscribing because I've got stuff coming out all the time. And of course, as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.